A kiss between two lesbians on Creepy. A kiss between two women photographed in the 1910s. I like that this is posted on Creepy. It's like, ooh, lesbians, which I really hope that's not the intent. I feel like if it was taken in the 1910s, so I feel like you couldn't snap such a candid photo that quickly. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I don't know why this isn't creepy in the first place. Netflix made a new documentary about Alexander the Great. Within the first 8 minutes, they turned him gay. Hey, hey, pal? I mean, yeah, what am I saying? Alexander and Hephaestion, they were just good pals, just guys being dudes. Absolutely nothing gay going on. No. Cisgender, this is your term for me. Your stereotype, your aggression, when you've been called it all. Well, there's at least 2 words there. Well, now I speak. I am not gay. I am not bi. I am not a man or unsure. I'm not your words. I'm not cisgender. I'm a woman. I love a man, but that doesn't matter because my name is Olivia. See, that's crazy that you said all that, Olivia, because cisgender is not used in the same venomous way that the other 2 things you said in your post were used. Like, there's no sundown towns for straight cisgendered people. The ideal woman has no male best friend, has only female friends, doesn't accept flirting, lives a healthy lifestyle, knows cooking, extremely beautiful, high morals, wears decent clothes, conservative, not woke, feminine, religious, talks to males only till it's work-related, hates degenerates, only into marriage, has a healthy relationship with her father. Oh man, where do I even start with this one? Also, how are you even supposed to get with her? Hold on. She only has female friends, doesn't accept flirting, and only talks to men in work-related, like, how are you supposed to even talk to her? She's not gonna talk to you, man. I'll say the same thing I will always say. Just get like, it won't cook and clean for you. You're gonna have to do that yourself. I think maybe you gotta be out of the dating pool for a little while. Found this on Twitter. Yikes. Are you paying for dinner? Are you gonna sleep with me? That's sexist. So are you. You're not entitled to my body. You're not entitled to my money. It's not like a reward. That'd be like, well, I held the door for you, so I at least get like a handy, right? That's how that works, right? Why else did I listen to the Pickup Artist's Guidebook? Girls, when they try OnlyFans and only make $12.54 in a month, and now everyone in town knows what their pepperoni nipples look like. Well, first of all, SpongeBob doesn't have nipples, so this is not an accurate meme. Second of all, I don't really think OnlyFans is that big of a deal. My hairdresser mostly works with autistic children. This review popped up for their salon simply for existing as a trans person. 1 star. It's sickening that a place like this exists. It's even more sickening that a disgusting he-she freak like that owner exists. And most sickening of all is that there are photos of children at this vile establishment. Well, yeah, it's a hair salon. Don't know how that's vile when we're offering haircuts for everybody. The only thing sick is that these prices are crazy. What a steal. How does that make her better at pool? A female pool player received a round of applause when she forfeited a pool tournament rather than compete against a trans woman in the finals. Ah, yes. If you didn't know, the Y chromosome stores the pool playing skills. Stupid. Why? Just why? Yeah, keep exposing double standards so we can have universal standards once and for all. Oh, yes, Asterion, my beloved. I will draw you in my sexual fantasy. Porn addict. Does that say you made it political at the bottom? Girls complain about female characters with bigger boobs than the original, but are in love with art about guys taller and more muscular than the original. These weirdos need to get pulled back into reality. What? What I'm not understanding is, why did you try to make this point with as like sex positive of a game as Baldur's Gate 3? Like, I watched my girlfriend play it, and every companion in that game is hot as and wants to you, regardless of gender. He was a real man. He'd put a ring on it and get her pregnant. Boys play games. Men build families. I'm gonna tell you this straight up, Playboy. Building a family in this economy is very silly. I wouldn't do none of that. Is it me, or Sony be making their lead female protagonist look masculine as hell? Barely no curves or rough non-feminine features, unlike the average woman. Like, The Last of Us 2's Ellie, etc. Just saying, hashtag my 2 cents. Pick from the game on the left, fan made on the right. Higher fans, lol. Is this from Horizon Zero Dawn? Both games you brought up, and like the Horizon Zero Dawn game and The Last of Us. Name me one post-apocalyptic scenario where before you head out to fight things, you go, I just gotta make sure my foundation's on right, my blush, gotta make sure I'm wearing the right lip gloss. Why would I be doing it before heading out into the wasteland? Yeah, make sure you got your eyebrow pencil, making the eyebrows pop just right before you fight dinosaurs. Yeah, sure. Dark psychology dating master. The darker side of female nature. What girls don't want you to know. They fart too. I know, blew my mind. Female psychology thread. Every girl act like a child. She's with the one she loved most. Girls fell in love with the one who avoids them the most. This is written so poorly. If girl truly loves a guy, then she will always tell him when another boy tries to flirt with her. When a girl cooks for you, she cares for you. I feel like that could be said about anyone who cooks. I don't think that's a like uniquely feminine thing. One thing every girl hate when his men talks about another girl. Women hardly mature. Did he say this like in a daze? Why is it written like this? There is not much of a difference between girls and women, unlike boys and men. What about boys to men? I feel like we're not talking nearly enough about boys to men. Siri, play on bended knee. Girl will sleep with you if they like your identity. Identity? What is that? What? Be careful with the girl whose dad was the first person who broke her heart. Beautiful girls are attracted to mean guys. I thought it was good girls who liked bad guys. If girls like you, she will constantly check your social media profiles. Every girl want to feel small. Girl care more about how confident the guy is than the companies he built. I actually feel like that might be the only true thing in here. Confidence is way more important than what you've done or built. I think that one's fair. The only out of all of the slop, you've had one good take. Women make her men fat to look less attractive to other women. The color red makes women to more attractive to men's. God, I hate the way this is written. Well, there we go. All of the darkest psychology from the dating master. How can I attract or pull girls like this in college or dating apps? You have to be the type of person that's posting on Reddit trying to find out how to get money instead of how to get some that doesn't matter. Damn. The guy in the reply is going, tell him. Literally money. That's all you need to get women. I feel like money is a motivator for anyone. I still don't think that's a uniquely feminine thing. I don't know what these people making fizz videos or whatever are on about. Pull up in a sports car in designer clothes. That is not what I mean by money. And you will attract females. It's effed how much my life changed when I started making more money. It's the only thing that really changed. Went from desperate for anything with a heartbeat to actually deciding if our personalities. The question is not how, it's are you sure you want to? You don't want a beautiful girl like that in your bed and arms? Look at the 30 downvotes. Oh, OP, you're getting cooked, man. I don't want the headache of thinking she's my girl when her Instagram DMs is saying otherwise. I'd rather find me an Asian/Polynesian chick with little to no social media presence. I appreciate peace beyond her, quote, likes to a recent post. There's no way these people are real, right? This is like brain melting. There's being excited for motherhood, and then there's acting like it's the culmination of your entire existence. After a long year, my husband finally believes I'm ready to carry his child in my womb, to feed them with my body, to give him my whole body for his descendants. I'm ready to receive his seed, to become fully his. Can't wait to be impregnated, to be owned. Yo, congrats on the raw dogging. Let's give it up for these guys. Yeah. 7 reasons you don't want to date a male feminist. I think number 1 is they labeled themselves a male feminist. Male feminists like to pretend. When a grown man pretends to, quote, feel your menstrual pain, he's lying. He has no clue what it feels like and is only doing it to placate a woman with impossible standards. If you want a man who likes to pretend, lie, let's call it what it is, to make you happy, then know that he's not really loving you. He's just afraid of you and your femme Nazi pals? A real man sees you're in pain and runs down to the store to pick up some medicine and chocolate because he would prefer to fix the problem than wallow in it with you. There's a lot that is strange in that first one. I think what I'll leave that at is you can empathize and still say, hey, would you need me to go get you anything? I think that's like the bare minimum of like empathize, like, hey, I'm sorry. Can I do anything to help? I don't think we needed a whole paragraph to get to that. They need permission to be a man. Did you sign your permission slip? No. Can't be a man today. Women like to be manhandled by the men they love. That is a strong statement. They don't want to have to keep saying yes to every obtuse question a true male feminist will ask. Is it okay to hug you? Is it okay to kiss you? Will you sign this consent form first? A real man knows when you need a hug, a kiss, or a, quote, good old-fashioned shagging. Like when we used to be a country. He takes you and makes you feel like a woman in a loving and, yes, sometimes rough manner. 3, they're rude on purpose. Male feminists believe that holding open a door for a woman is sexist. Actually, they believe pretty much all acts of chivalry are sexist, so they're rude and proud of it. A real man shows respect, courtesy, and common decency, and that never gets old. Reject degeneracy, embrace tradition. Oh no. Having children just to flex on the gays? Let's count how many that it is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on. Let's see. How much does it cost to raise a child? Okay, we ran some numbers. These are rough numbers, but let's say that this is an average American family. 7 kids isn't average, but you know, bear with me. Let's say they have an average income of like 59 grand, right? Let's say, you know, he's a real traditional guy. His wife is staying at home. He's bringing home the money, 59 grand a year. Raising a child per child in the US is like 300 grand from birth to age 18. Raising 7 children at 300 grand per child? My dog, you're accruing 2 million in debt to flex on the gays? Weird flex, but all right. This game advert lives in my head rent-free. Let us join the gang, please. We're homeless. Oh, it's chapters. Okay, but love is forbidden in the gang. Doug, prepare a room for them. Yes, Don Corleone. Oh no, how scandalous. They're having an affair. They're having love, which is forbidden in the gang. Wow, you're actually a couple. Please help us keep it a secret. Doug looks directly at the camera. Let's enjoy a threesome or else. A gun? It's the mafia boss, Don Corleone, long live LGBTQ. Who knew he was the truest ally in the gang? This is so weird, and yet most of the replies are defending the man. Grounds for divorce? Man sends wife a spreadsheet of all of the times she denied him sex. Why are you logging this? You have dates, answers, and reasons? Okay, don't excuse, come on. Like, first of all, you're not entitled to have sex. Second of all, you especially shouldn't get any if you're logging each time you were denied. Imagine he wrote this in his vows. I promise to love and uphold and log every time I can't get a crumb. This happens to so many men. I know a guy going through it right now, but he refuses to cheat and instead is always angry with his wife and resents his family. I told him he'd be a better dad and husband if he just found a release. Dog, even just one-offs on business trips would do. No, incorrect. And then we have a post from r/deadbedrooms. The title is, I've been cheating on her for the last 3 years. Trigger warning, no advice. So you just want to get it off your chest. Why don't you just tell her? I, 34HL, I don't know what that means, have been cheating on my wife, 35LL, don't know what those mean still, for the last 3 years. I'm not gonna tell you people to cheat, but just share my experience. Intimacy was good at the beginning of the marriage and decreased more every year. After the birth of our daughter, it became non-existent. I do not remember how many discussions I had about it with her, but she dismissed my pleadings. Before I started cheating, we were having pity sex every 3 months maybe. Well, maybe you wouldn't be having pity sex if you weren't pleading. I started cheating during business trips, then it escalated to casual hookups. Divorce. Done. It's done. It's been done. It's been done for 3 years. That's the only reason I can continue with the marriage. It's done. It's done. End it. I used to be irritated all the time and it affected the family. Because you weren't, what? Dog, you prioritize sex way too much for you to be grumpy because you weren't getting none. Now I am a better dad. No unnecessary arguments. I stopped asking for intimacy intimacy. She was happy first, but I see that she's very nervous around me now. She even started initiating it. I probably would have left if we'd not have a child, but it came to this point. God. At this point, just fucking divorce. It's easier on everybody involved. Ooh, gender norms. Nah, this ain't right. What? Listen, if you don't want your girl holding you up against the fence to kiss you, that's exactly how me and Bree kiss every time. She hoists me up by my legs and says, yeah, that's right. Remember that. Remember this. And I say, I will. Kiss me. And then we're asked to leave the Disneyland parking lot. But I don't care because we brought a little bit of magic to a place where magic is starting to die. So, who's really the happiest place on earth? Right here. It's right here. I might lose some followers for this, but God created the rainbow for the sky. That's it. Oh, really bold statement there, dude. Yeah, did you put on a filter to make your eyes pop? Did you say this and look at your fingers. Your fingers look like they're orange. Were you eating Cheetos? Were you eating Cheetos before you recorded this, man? Women having rights, bad. Women voting, bad. Women not marrying right after high school, bad. Taylor Swift, for some reason, bad. Voting for who your husband tells you to vote for, 18 to 29-year-old white girls. I don't know about that. Voting for who Taylor Swift tells you to vote for, 18 to 29-year-old white girls. I'll consider. I think we might have the problem here is starting with who your husband tells you to vote for. Your daily be mad at an anonymous stranger. My wife wrote a secret book. My wife is an accomplished author who also holds down a full-time job in an unrelated field, mostly for the benefits. When we had our first child last year, we agreed that she would pause her writing career. Something had to go with a new baby at home, except it turns out she didn't pause it. She got a great idea for a new novel, wrote it secretly during her lunch break at work, and sold it for $100,000. I feel so many things right now. It's hard to be mad at someone when they casually tell you your son's college education's now paid for, and her lunch hour is technically hers to do as she wishes. But she went against her deal. She could have been home an hour earlier every night if she hadn't done this project. And when I think back on all the times she's been tired or grumpy in the past year, I now blame the book. Even though it could have just been caring for a newborn, it was probably caring for a newborn. How do I trust her to keep her word? How should I feel right now? I feel like if she felt like she had to write the book in secret for a reason, because you would have assumed it was unreasonable for her to pursue this idea that she thought was good. I think that's something you have to look in within. That's not an external problem. That sounds like it's internal with you. A selection of dense Facebook comments. Thoughts? Hashtag Sigma Male, hashtag Men Live Matter, hashtag Gym Cell, hashtag Stop Simping. Wear decent clothes. Have decent thoughts. And all of a sudden her shirt got hashtag on it. Well, we're not shaming in the year of our Lord 2024. Especially not with the sluttiest game of the year, Baldur's Gate 3 sweeping. I'm a dress with a window over my balls. Justin. That's epic, dude. Just enough to see the slit and then demand people don't stare and to respect me. Well, it's different. It's a totally different thing, man.
If I don't know you, I classify you in terms of how you present yourself publicly, and you don't bloody get to demand my respect. You respect people who are respectable.
From Kermit B. Peterson. I'd tell her, yeah, I'm sure you would. You first. You know why a lot of women aren't in STEM? Why? It's because the vast majority of them can't understand Newton's third law. Oh my God. Because they lack the ability to hold themselves accountable. You have to know how to hold yourself accountable to truly embrace the understanding of Newton's third law. What is Newton's third law? For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. How does this apply here? And why does this matter for you're talking about women in STEM? We are supposed to go to war against our natural instincts. We're not cavemen. Dog. We have industrialized ourselves. We have electricity. We're not living in caves. I mean, maybe you are. I don't know. Have decent thoughts sounds like something from Orwell's 1984. The thoughts of men have always been the same. It's hardwired in us. Ladies' outfits have always changed. Enough said. Got it. Straight men try not to make lesbians into a fetish challenge. So my lesbian friend and her girlfriend came over today and gave me my early birthday gift. It's not what I meant when I said I want to watch. Well, that's not for you to watch, man. And that's a dope ass watch anyway. Why are you complaining? And why are you complaining in the first place? This looks cool. You're a bad friend. Looks like straight men aren't allowed to show how much they appreciate their wives. Making my wife her dream birthday cake. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I'm sorry, but any man who bakes cake and is clean shaven is zesty as hell, man. Gentlemen, get yourself a wife that'll leave you in disgust if you ever pull wetness like this. Yeah, listen, fellas, don't you ever bake a cake for your wife. And don't let me catch you with that razor. I say, drop it right now. You keep that face hairy, scraggly, and unkempt, and your hands dirty from oil, or else you're gay and your wife's gonna leave you. And don't you dare trim your nails or wash your ass either. There's 3 things I know about being a man. So we gotta be gross, smelly, and generally off-putting. And that's how we get the trad wives. What can we learn from this post? That some Muslim women around the world, not just the West, only care about men at face value. Anything else is irrelevant to them. Personality, piety, etc. Conclusion. Limit women's freedom to choose spouses as it's corrupting their head. Sad thing about this, he actually looked masculine in a chat before he got married. Now he looks all feminine and penisless because he baked a cake and shaved. Oh my god, there's even more. Clean shaven, earrings, closeted homosexual, big red flag, low test, no facial hair, 5'8" at max, balding. It's so over for him. Bro's fruitier than the cake. A real man doesn't have such mannerisms. This body language and these expressions are not masculine at all. I want to know what these guys think masculinity is. I want to see who their masculine icons are. I can guarantee you these guys have one person in common. Biographically speaking, he can identify as male, but his actions defy accepted ideas of what it is to be a man. I see. The accepted ideas, the checklist of society's checklist of what it means to be a man. If you don't follow them, sorry, give us your man license. You're not allowed to until you take the test. Regretfully, Wattpad girls will find these people cute, and given his current state, I won't be surprised if he ends up with a feminine son. Jesus. Why is there a growing epidemic of single lonely men? Oh boy. Here we go, baby. Red flag list. Cottage cheese ass. BPDs. No head meds is a must. Pet moms. You got a little dog, cat? I don't want it. Libbies or rainbow sympathizers. God. Kool-Aid colored hair. Beached whales. Jesus. More than 2 piercings. Mustache. Well, why? Why the mustache of all things? Pronouns. I have horrible news. Fake accounts. Cam girls / OnlyFans. Pregos. Tats. Feminists. PhDs. What? Oh my god. My man, at this point, you're better off just playing like The Sims. That's the only way you're gonna get your dream partner. Daddy issues, must know body counts matter, single moms, parents are fine. Huh? What? That one's just confusing. Pro-choice, technical virgins. The hell's a jibby jabber? You just mean someone who talks fast and excitedly. Hashtag me too, or BLM, or Antifa. B cups are under, anti-guns. Who are you looking for? You're hoping for like the poster child of one of those like, mom wanted a princess, dad wanted a country girl, dad won. You want that as your ideal woman. That's what you want. It's not real. It's just on the t-shirts, pal. Nothing inherently wrong with this, but I find it funny that this is what some straight people see as forbidden. A romance? A forbidden romance? Oh no, between ballerina and physical therapist? Why is it forbidden? Please, I need this book now. The darkest corner of the heart. Find out why the physical therapist and the ballerina shan't be together. All right, plump balls. Present. Saddle up for this one. Why is he calling another dude babe? Yeah, people are gay, Steve. Yeah, that's okay, but I thought gay dudes would call each other hot cock or some gay Not babe. Babe is a straight guy word. Hot cock? That's an awesome name. It's like calling a circumcised dude, gear up, helmet head, or an uncircumcised dude like, watch out, turtleneck. I cried in front of my wife, and since then there's been a strange atmosphere between us. I'm actually not very emotional, and my wife has never seen me cry in the 3 years we've known each other. Gotta let yourself cry, man. But the last few weeks have been very hard for me, and I broke down crying in front of her the other day. I expected her to be encouraging and understanding, but instead she was kind of disgusted. We then went to sleep, and somehow there's been a strange atmosphere between us ever since. When I asked my wife about it, she said that she didn't expect a traditional Christian man to show such weakness. Sounds like you need to divorce your wife. She said she can't unsee it, and now she sees me in a different light. She feels less attracted to me after seeing me cry. She wanted to make it clear to me that no woman wants to see her husband cry. I think that most people who are emotionally mature wouldn't care and understand that it's normal. Like, they would care to comfort, but they wouldn't care that their partner was crying. Like, it's a normal thing to cry and that you'll be there for them. Even though women say men should be more emotional, that's just what they say. No, it's not like just a saying. It's not like, oh, how's the weather? No. Women want strong men, and crying crying is a strength. Allowing yourself to have that emotion and hold that emotion is strength. She had no answer to the question of how I could fix the situation. Drop her. How could I convince my wife of my masculinity and win her back? 2 vomit emojis. Oh boy, where are we going with this? Just a little taste never hurt anyone. What? Pizza delivery drivers. Gynecologist can smell it but can't eat it. Yeah, expectedly. The responses to a wholesome TikTok about a woman's boyfriend and best friend getting along. POV, your boyfriend and best friend fight like siblings. Nah, it's gotta be more going on. Maybe nothing's going on. Who's gonna tell her? The GF third wheeling right now. When she finds out and it's like AI Steve Harvey. All of the comments were the same. I took my girlfriend's little sister out on a date so she knows how a guy should treat her when she gets older. Nice humble brag. What? Oh no. We got a lot of super seniors in the comments, don't we? This is a post of 4 actresses who've done Marvel movies and come on, grow up. The juice box implication. Ah yes, by this logic, every time a man has sex, his penis shrinks till all he's left with is a shriveled noodle dick. If you belong in this bathroom and you follow my daughter or wife into this bathroom, you're gonna need this bathroom. I think depending on who you show this sticker to, there'll be a lot of people who assume that this is like an anti-trans sticker, and I can definitely see that, which is like that on its own is so stupid. Like, oh, the gender you identify with is the bathroom you're using? Ew, dude. Freak.